greetings from the other two Daringers that you don't see very often. Colleen, say hello. You say hello? Oh my goodness, say hello. She says, go teams. Go teams. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. I help Mommy pick her team every week, huh?
Wasn't that awesome? She's adorable. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Allison. It is 3 weeks left of the fantasy football year, and we need to do a little bit of different things here. We do have bye weeks this week to the Twicey Spicies and the Potato Skins. Other than that, let's get right to the rankings. Where instead of doing a power rankings 1 to 14, we're going to go in true playoff style and reveal the bracket. So let's come here, do this, and here we go. We will start in the Charles W. Burkett division. There it is. You see we have 1, 2, and 3. We'll start there at the bottom. Currently in third place for this group is, no surprise there, is going to be the Twicey Spicies Hot Snakes. The Snakes have the head-to-head win over the Sweethearts very recently. And the Snakes are also on a bye week, although the Twicey Spicies Hot Snakes and the Sweethearts of AGR both have a 7-4 record. The Snakes will get the tiebreak over head-to-head. Now, obviously the Real Housewives, or not the Housewives, the AGR Sweethearts. The Sweethearts might have a beef here with the same record, but they've let some games slip away, and they're also lost a couple here in a row. So they have nothing to be complaining about except for their own selves and their poor play. The Snakes are over the Sweethearts here, and since they're not going to gain or lose ground the next week, I would expect them to stay at least at number 3. Who will they be playing in the wild card game for this particular division right now? It would be the Drew's Dogs, Ellis. And obviously, remember, we can't say anything else about that team because of the penalty imposed upon them earlier in the year. But obviously, the number one team for this division right now obviously is going to be the password is Tacos. And as it currently set, the Tacos would play the winner of Ellis and Pullens in the divisional or in the conference championship game. The Tacos have scored a whopping 1,476 points this year. The next closest team barely has 300. When you really do some math here and you really take a look at this, there's no close. There's only one good team in this fantasy football league this year. Last year it was kind of Kurt, and it was Deanna, and then there was the rest of the field. This year, the Alabama of the fantasy football league, if you will. However, anybody can lose any given day. And even last week, it was the Tacos that scored a victory, a fairly concisive victory over Team Ellis. So this yellow team up there has solidified themselves as the number one team in the division thus far. Over number 2, which is Team Ellis. Ellis might have been a little busy last week. I heard he was doing something important. Congratulations on new baby Grace. A win by the Tacos. One more win will essentially eliminate the Pigtailed Zers from playoff competition. And one more win from the Team Daringer, myself, Team Daringer, over that one.
Whatevs.
Here this week would obviously eliminate the Houseboat Fun Nazis from playoff competition as well. So there's a lot going on with regards to playoff implications from this group. This very tightly contested conference. However, the top couple teams are looking to put some teams away here in a little bit. The Pigtailed Zers, unfortunately, also lost AJ Green this past week for quite a few weeks. So it's highly unlikely that they will score that victory over the password as Tacos. All 7 teams technically are still remaining in the playoff race with 3 weeks remaining. So that's pretty neat. That's been a pretty fun division to watch all year. Everyone's been pretty competitive in the first half of the year when they were beaten up on this Cunningham division. But now the Cunninghams are playing each other. And now things are starting to get a little interesting over here as well. There's already 3 teams actually eliminated from the playoff contention, which is embarrassing but also kind of humorous, because these teams are going to be in the running to get that lucky dog spot that Jesse Downey got last year. He used that lucky dog spot to draft Ezekiel Elliott, and the rest, as they say, is history. The I moved to play in briefs, the expansion team, as well as the 2 Olivers 1 Cup and the Real Housewives of Lebanon. 2 of those 3 teams were playoff contenders last year. So this division is going to have a lot of new faces in this for the playoffs. The Fear Boners are still clinging on to a 3-8 record, but magically are still in the playoff hunt. If they win out, they would actually jump to the 3rd spot. That would give them a 5-8 record, which, if things go right, would actually get them in the playoffs. Doesn't look good, though. So, with well over 90% accuracy, we can say that the 3 teams are about to flip over, in some order, are going to be the 3 teams that are going to coming out of this division. Let's start with this team that's currently in 3rd. I'll tell you what, folks. I've analyzed lots of stuff in the past, but I'll tell you, these guys right here, they're on a 3-game win streak, and they have not played either the Oliver teams yet. So you can probably assume 2 more victories, unfortunately, for that team. I do not want to play these guys anytime here in the month of November or December. The Freckled Furiosos are going to be the only team in this division that has any kind of playoff experience. The 2 teams that are above them are good teams. We'll see if the coaches can keep them where they need to be. Figuratively speaking, the Furiosas are going to make the playoffs because it's highly unlikely that the Fear Boners are going to jump all the way up there. So who are they going to play? Well, the current number 2 right now, as mentioned earlier, a team that won the Lucky Dog last year, and they are all the way up here to number 2 in their division, is the Double Clutchers led by Jesse Downey. Number 2 are they, we just mentioned again. This is a very good team. This is Ben Roethlisberger handing the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott. That's pretty dangerous. For as bad as this division has been, the next 3 weeks will be very fun to see, especially if these 2 teams end up meeting each other, which, by the way, they haven't played yet. The Clutchers and the Freckled Furiosas. They play this week, so this is a really big opportunity for one of these teams to solidify themselves as the challenger to the very surprised top seed, even in the coach's eye, the Potato Skins. Talk about worst to first. This team did finish in 14th of 14 last year, and here they are sitting at the top of their division. The Carson Wentz-led Potato Skins seem to be doing just enough to stay atop their division. However, they lost this past week to a team way down here, buried in all of this. They lost to the Drew Bender in his play-in briefs, and it was a close game, granted, but that was definitely one that they wish they had back. Because if they want to hold on to that number 1 spot, they cannot lose those kind of silly games. Makes you wonder if, just like the owner of this team, if they peaked a little too soon. So, it might be something to be worth considering. So as you go back here, here's our current playoffs right now, with a couple teams down here in this division that are fighting for some opportunity to get up there. We have 3 weeks remaining. Friendly reminder that this week is obviously Thanksgiving, so we have a little bit of time. Hi, girls. Hello. Hello. We have a little bit of time this week, but we do have 3 games tomorrow on Thanksgiving, on Turkey Day. So please make sure you set your lineups. I'd set them, if not now or this evening, definitely tomorrow morning, because you have 3 games on Thursday, and then a lot on Sunday, and then obviously the Monday night game. So there's actually going to be 6 teams playing tomorrow on Thanksgiving, including a big game in the evening with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. There's a lot of fantasy people, definitely on the Steelers, but definitely on both teams, which is very important. I believe that's all we have here. I hope to see a lot of you this Friday. I know Tim Lamb has been kind of starting it, but there's a lot of us are going to be there at Mama's here on Friday. We're going to send her out in style. I've seen some pictures. There's fencing all around it. She's not long for this world. Our Mama isn't. So we're going to put her out put her out in style. There'll be lots of moose kissing. There'll be lots of fun there on Friday, and there's something pretty big happening Saturday as well. So good luck to the Bucks as they do some destroying. I haven't been this excited for a football game in quite a few years. So we're looking forward to that. I think that's it. I'm going to do updates every week now for these next couple weeks. We have 3 weeks remaining, three weeks remaining for the regular season. About 2/3 of us are finished with their buys. So there should only be, I think, 4 teams, well, 6 teams if you count this week, that still need their bye week. So you play 13 games total, once against everybody. So once you get to 13 games, we'll see who's left standing. Remember, the 8 teams that don't make the playoffs, you're still playing, because even if you had a terrible record, you want to win these last 3 games so that you can get the number 1 overall pick next year. Remember, last year that pick was used on Ezekiel Elliott, and ask Jesse Downey how that's working out for him. I think he's going to agree that that was very much worthwhile to win the losers bracket and to avoid the Gina, I think is what we called the worst team, which was Patrick Nolan, and he's actually doing pretty well too. So maybe it doesn't matter where you finish. I don't know. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing everyone, hopefully the next couple days. Happy Thanksgiving. Please spend time with people that you love and care about. Until next time, I am Mike Derringer. That means you're not.